Yeah, we've got some rotation showing up on Doppler radar. The area of rotation is going to be in between a little bit south of Crossville, around County Road 12 and Rodentown. Again, that'll be County Road 12 and near Rodentown, a little bit northeast of Rodentown.
Closer to Aroni area.
Stand by. I see Arona. It is like literally close to Rodentown, like right on Rodentown at the moment.
How close is it to Liberty?
Stand by. It's northeast of Liberty. It's pretty close. It's just off to the northeast.
That's where I'm at.
At 10-4. It's off to the northeast of Liberty. Broad rotation showing up on radar. I've got one viewer on here, but it seems like nobody else is getting notified of this.
See you live now. Let me look at your picture on your screen. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah, let me switch the radar. Stand by.
You see your little red dot where your ping's at?
Yeah, 10-4. Like I said, I'm watching that area of rotation south of Crossville. It's around Rodentown, moving off to the east.
Yeah, I'm right in that area of the rotation.
10-4. Just watching an area of broad rotation south of Crossville, south of Lathanville. It's kind of in that area. Moving on off to the east again. No tornado warning on this, but it is something that piqued our attention there as it moved across. Was able to actually capture that on the weather camera as it came across. A bit of rotation, and then it's showing up on the radar here. So you can see that rotation started over Kilpatrick and it pushed off to the east. So you can see that on the camera. But again, it's not nothing intense. It is just broad rotation. So it's something we're watching. It's going to be around County Road 12, pushing off to the east. Looks like it'll go toward Collinsville or County Road 51. JCEMA, have y'all had any information sent in about that rotation?
Yeah, just what I told you that it was broad.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, we're watching it. Looks like it's approaching County Road 12. Moving off to the east toward County Road 51. That'll be close to Copeland Ridge, just to the south. Let me go ahead and see if I can get a camera up here. Everything's east of Guntersville at this point. There's our camera. Absolutely got rained on, so we can't really see a lot on this camera. I don't think I've got a camera pointing. Yes, I've got the eastern camera, but you can't really see much on it either. We need a camera in Crossville. But yeah, I can't get a good view from our camera at all. Still watching that area, broad rotation again, south of Crossville. Looks like it's just sitting south of Crossville currently. And yes, it is heading in the direction of Collinsville. Thanks for mentioning that. It is headed toward Collinsville. But again, no tornado warning on this, just some broad rotation that was picked up. Rainsville, nothing coming toward Rainsville as far as rotation goes. This area right here is what we're watching. It's very broad. More than likely, just it's in the air. It's not on the ground. Nothing like that. It's on the upper. It's on up in the storm, but we're watching it just to be safe, in case something was to develop. So let me get a little track on this thing really quick. So yeah, looks like it'll be in Collinsville for about 12 minutes, give or take. Do we have any spotters that can see anything? That unit that was in Liberty, were you able to see anything to the northeast of you?
Not at the moment. I'm looking out my door now. I don't see anything at the current moment. We did have some brief rain stop a little bit and a couple lightning strikes, but it's back heavy raining now.
Copy that.
I'm keeping an eye on it real close.
All right, 10-4. Yeah, it looks like it's headed toward Collinsville right now. It's not moving very quick, but I do see some hail indicators in there. Again, it's not anything immediate at the moment, immediate threat or anything like that, but it's got a little bit of rotation with it.
10-4.
Yeah, right there's our very broad rotation. So it actually looks like it's trying to track south, or no, it's actually coming. It really broadened out on that last scan there. Let me get back to the high-res storm relative velocity here. So yeah, we're still keeping an eye on that. This was originally mentioned to us by EMA, so just an FYI. I was actually posting a video up, and this just shows how quick something can develop. And they pointed it out. I hurried and jumped on here. So shout out to Josh there for pointing that out. Seeing some gusty winds in Crossville. Most of the time they are silent when weather's coming through here. I'm not throwing off on anybody, but I'm just being honest. Most of the time they are silent. All right, thank you everybody. Yeah, I've just got notified now. PD's reporting trees down on County Road 104. Okay. We've got reports. Crossville PD's reporting trees down on County Road 104. County Road 104. That would be nice if I could line that up. We got County Road 51. I have to move that track out of the way there.
What's the frequency, Crossville PD?
I believe they dispatch on the main sheriff's channel. My scanner is just picking up everything else but that at the moment.
10-4.
Boaz Fire was just reporting some trees down too in the area.
TM4.
Yeah, I don't know why 104 is not showing up on this map, but it's not. So we're gonna watch that again. It's nothing concerning. completely concerning at the moment, but it's something we're watching. I'm going to go ahead and clear that track off of there. That way I can actually see what's under it. Let me take a look at this storm and see what it looks like. So yeah, there is a little bit of a rotation going on there. You can actually see it. That was the wrong thing. I didn't mean to put that. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Okay, come on, get out of here. But yes, there is some rotation in there. Yeah, visually I can see some rotation in the storm through the reflectivity. And it is going to be right on top of Collinsville, but it's really broadened out on that last scan. It broadened out like a lot. But it is still there, so I'm going to watch that going toward Collinsville. Yeah, I'm still seeing signs of broad rotation with it. Looks like it's just to the southwest of the city of Collinsville. Town of Collinsville, correction. All right, so still keeping an eye on that little area there going toward Collinsville. I'm not letting my eyes off of it. So just, again, not to scare anybody to death or make you think there's a tornado on the ground, because the radar's not showing that kind of a signature that would indicate a tornado on the ground, but it is showing a signature to say there's rotation. Anytime there's rotation, we're watching it, and I am watching that area. This looks like it might have picked up just a little bit, to be honest with you. On that latest scan there, it looks like it may have picked up just a bit. So really watching that. And that's going to move on off toward the east towards Sandrock, kind of in between around Sandrock and Powell. But there's some, there is some rotation still going on there with that storm. All right, I'm going to switch radars back to... Bear with me while I switch that camera. Or not camera, but radar. So right there's our rotation. Again, it is broad. It's not organized. And it is moving off to the east towards Sandrock. A little bit of noise in there, but not a lot. Yeah, it's still there. Very weak, but it is still showing up, headed towards Sandrock. And it does look like it may have picked up a little bit. I'm starting to see some brighter green in there with that. So really keeping an eye on that. And that's going towards Sandrock. So just to be safe, if you're watching this from Sandrock, you know, be paying attention. Again, you don't have a lot of time, which is not moving that quick, but it is moving your way. So just be aware of that. There is some rotation heading your way towards Sandrock. I visually, the radar's pinpointing that pretty good. JCMA, what are you thinking on that rotation there west of Sandrock?
I think that's something to watch.
I'm with you there. It looks like it's picked up a little bit over the last two scans that I've watched. Yeah, so we're going to have to really keep an eye on this rotation here, because it looks like it's trying to intensify a bit. Now again, that's going to be going towards Sandrock. So just to let you know, if there was to be something develop, it's west of Sandrock currently, but it is currently heading east kind of towards Sandrock. So let me go ahead and I just wanted to look at it through this radar. This one is a little bit more in depth than the other one I was using, but the other one has got more tools on it. So let me switch back to that other radar and try to get a track out. And yeah, that definitely is showing some, got me concerned. It's getting a little bit more concerning to me as I look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and get a track out on that, where it's headed. So it looks like it would be in Sandrock at its current speed in about 11 minutes. So give or take. So I'm going to say 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, it's not moving that quick. There is some rotation in it, so we're tracking it off to the east. Looks like Sandrock in 11 minutes if it holds together. And again, these storms are moving into a little bit more favorable environment. They are moving into the southern parts of the counties, which I've been paying attention to. I showed you earlier about how the temperatures were higher in the southern parts of the county versus the northern parts. So that was my main concern, would be areas south, as mentioned. So this storm here is going to move on into Etowah County. I'm sorry, not Etowah County, Cherokee County there around Sandrock. I had to correct myself there. Cherokee County around Sandrock. And that's moving off. Looks like it may be trying to move southeast a bit, kind of toward Leesburg. I may have to adjust that track here in just a minute, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. It is south of Collinsville, so it's very close to you, but the main area of rotation is just south of Collinsville by a little bit. This is pushing off, looks like to the east, but I may have to adjust the track again here in a minute. Because we do have some, we do have rotation getting kind of close together at this point. Yeah, that's a nice little signature showing up on that. So we do have a pretty decent rotation there with that. Yeah, it's looking like it's some pretty decent rotation as it's about to move into Cherokee. I was looking at it through 2 different scans and it's showing up pretty decent on both, so that's very interesting to say the least. Oh yeah, I could see it a bit better through the reflectivity than I could, so it's definitely rotating. I wish they would put a special weather statement or something on it just because of that rotation that's there. Even though it's not, you know, a lot, it's still there. So even though we covered for northeast Alabama, we're still going to track this rotation here as it moves into Cherokee County. We're not going to leave just because it exits the county. I mean, not when there's something rotating. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to see the rotation still looks good, pretty decent. It's broad, but it's still there. So again, it's still very slowly pushing off toward the east. According to the radar, I'm gonna double check, see if it's updated yet. But according to radar, it's not on. It's not in Sandrock yet. It's moving that way though.
That rotation is getting stronger.
It looks like it's trying to just a little bit as it's going towards Sandrock.
My sound in this is that radio I got from you.
I mean, it broke up a little bit, but it sounded fine.
I don't know why radios like this do that.
I'm noticing a little bit of an inflow. This rotation is starting to pick up, so there may need to be, I hope Huntsville or Birmingham is at least watching this. because it's starting to have a. It's just got the look to it to me that there's something about to develop. I'm starting to see some signs of inflow, and then it looks like it's picking up. So what I'm meaning by this, and I'll show
TM4,
you.
they haven't put a tornado warning out or anything?
Not yet. It's kind of up and down. It's weakening again, but it's still there.
TM4.
So this is what's grabbing my attention and making me a bit concerned. And I'll make it so you guys can understand a little bit better of what's going on here. And that's giving me an indication that it's trying to wrap around is what's going on. So we've got an area of rotation here. Yeah, it's wrapping. It is now wrapping. Station 58, starting to see a better signature now, where it's trying to wrap up a bit. That's going to be west of Sand Rock, but still, it is broad. But I'm seeing a little bit of a couplet signature showing up. Very weak, but it's there. But yeah, watching that, it is trying to intensify just a bit on that scan there, so I'm keeping a close eye on that. I don't like how both of those I guess signatures are that close together. I don't like the way that looks. It is broad, but I still don't like the way that looks. Because yeah, right, I'm keeping an eye on that. It's not it's not crazy intense, but I don't like the way that is looking right there, to be honest. Now let me zoom out and look at it through the reflectivity. Yeah, I don't like the way that's curling around. And there is some a noisy signature showing up there. But I don't see nothing, that's saying debris signature, but there is a little bit of noise showing up. JCEMA, you still looking at that?
Yeah, I'm still watching it. It looks like it's trying to wrap up.
Yeah, 10-4. I wanted a second opinion, but yeah, it does. Right as it's going towards Sand Rock, kind of near Leonard and Sand Rock in between. So I'll go ahead and say, just for your safety, because this will be
super tight yet, but it's looking better than it was a second ago.
On that scan there, it looks like it weakened a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're in Sand Rock, just if you got a safer, a little bit stronger place you could get to, like in your home, just for your safety. I'm not trying to scare everybody to death. This is weak. I mean, it is some weak rotation, but it's just showing me signs that it is rotating, and it was trying to wrap up. With this scan here, it doesn't look as intense. So that scan there does not look as intense. But just to be safe, again, it may not do anything at all. Hopefully it doesn't. But just in case, if you're in Sand Rock, kind of in between Leonard and Sand Rock there, just kind of watch out, listen and watch out. And if you've got a place you feel safe to get to, that you would like to get to, you could go ahead and do that just for your safety. Again, I'm not saying this is a tornado on the ground, because it's not. What I am saying is that it is rotating, and it is showing some signs that it might have been trying to wrap up. So it would have been more than likely rain wrapped. You're not going to see it. So just for that reason, just pay kind of attention to that. I didn't mean for my microphone to fall down and hit the computer, but yeah, we're keeping an eye on that area. There is no tornado warning on it yet or anything. Hopefully, it just goes away. This scan here don't look as bad as it did, so that's good. Let me look at the chat here. And again, not trying to scare everybody to death, not saying there's a tornado on the ground or nothing like that. What I'm saying, there is some rotation there, and we're watching it. It is moving off to the east-southeast a bit. And again, that signature there not looking as bad as it did. So that is another good sign. And yes, Valley Head, you're well out of the way of this. If you're working in Leesburg, it's going to be coming very close to you in Leesburg. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. I'm just now looking at the chat. Yeah, nothing going on in Fort Payne. The only area that we're really watching at all is this one near Sandrock. And that's just because of the bit of weak rotation it's had, but it did pick up just for a few minutes. But thankfully, it looks like it may be getting unorganized, so that's good. That's really good. Yeah, hopefully this continues to just break on up completely. But yeah, my goal is to never scare everybody to death. That's something I don't want to do. I just want you to be prepared for what may or may not be, because these storms can quickly do stuff that we don't ever expect them to do. So, and still seeing rotation with it, just south of, just near Sandrock right now. But it's very weak. Yeah, it's looking better and better. Each scan's looking a little better, so that is great. Hopefully it will keep up and just fall on out, which that's pretty much what it's doing at this point. It's really falling apart, so that's good. I still see some indications that there's some weak rotation with that as it's on top of Sandrock, so just letting you know there is still some weak rotation there. And that's pushing on off to the kind of to the east-southeast. It's moving in an east-southeast direction. So it looks like this area of that storm would move around Ewing, maybe Richardson, Hopewell, Yellow Creek View subdivision area. Looks like that's where that's kind of heading toward. And that's in Cherokee County. That's outside of our county, but again, there's rotation. It's been mentioned. I'm not going to just leave because it's out of our area. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, good news. It's really broadened out a lot. Still going to keep an eye on it though. Some gusty winds still possible for that, but it's really broadened out on that latest scan. So that's good news. All right, so it's now on top of Sandrock, but again, it's pretty much fell apart on that scan there. So that is good. Hopefully it continues to do that. You're in center on Weiss Lake. Okay, yeah, this thing's center in Weiss Lake. Yeah, you might want to get off the lake if you're in the lake, because some pretty strong winds are going to be occurring with that storm as it moves on off to the southeast. So we're going to keep watching again and see if it tries to recycle. Right now, it's all broadened out. It's really weak. I'm not concerned yet. So, no problem at all. I'm not going to leave somebody if I see rotation. Again, it's on top of Sandrock, but it's really weakened out. It's pretty much broadened completely out at this point. There's really not much there. But I'm still watching to see if it may try to do it again. That's what I'm wondering. There is some signs of some high winds approaching Cedar Bluff. I'm starting to see that. Some higher winds there.
Charles, this is Kilo 4 Delta, Uniform Tango out of Coleman County. I will be securing. I have to run to the ER.
Yeah, make sure you like and follow my page. If you haven't, please do so. And I know I've got a lot of people asking about our area here. I will get back to y'all. Just bear with me. I will get back with y'all. It looks like it's broadened out a good bit now. But yeah, more than one eye saw this. So just saying, this was not something that was made up. There's we've got a professional, or with EMA, we got a professional with EMA that we're talking back and forth to, and he's giving his opinion on it too, just as well as I am. So we're both trained. all of us in here are trained, so we know we usually get opinions from more than one person just to make sure that the other person's not seeing something, that's not there. You get what I'm saying. We got more opinions than one here, so um, that's the way we like it to be. We like to just base it off of more than one person. That way we know that we're getting an accurate description of what we're seeing here. All right, so as far as our area, I'm going to back away. There is still watching that to see if it does try to re-intensify again, but right now, not seeing that. Knock on wood. For our area, that tornado watch should be canceling very shortly for Marshall and DeKalb counties. Waiting on this line to get on out of here, but that was your line of severe storms right there that just pushed through. So what we got is what we're going to get. Again, as mentioned, not everybody would get severe weather. I didn't think North Alabama would really get any until it started getting further south, which now it's moving further south towards Sandrock. Moving to the east, see a little bit of a hail core there south of Powell and just to the northeast of Sandrock. So we'll watch and see if that thing tries to intensify again. Since it's got my eye now, I'm not going to take it off of it. Yeah, that's a good signature there. Meaning that's a good, the way it looks, that looks fine at this point. So that rotation's well away from the green. We've got a big gap there, so that's good. And I'm not seeing that inflow wrapping as much as I was just a minute ago. It looks like the inflow might actually be getting cut off, so that is good. If it goes ahead and gets cut off, then it'll go ahead and weaken out. Dustin Collins, awesome, man. It's good to have you aboard. If you're in Jackson County, you've had no threat of severe weather. I mean, your severe threat's gone. Yeah, if y'all are on the lake, just watch this storm here. Just keep an eye on it because, there could be some high winds. Looks like some gusty winds approaching Cedar Bluff and close to Weiss Lake. So y'all may have some gusty winds, but still watching that storm. It's still got incredibly broad rotation, going on with it. Cedar Bluff, you're going to have some winds coming your way, and also still watching that broad rotation to the west of you. But again, it's broader than it's been the whole time, so let's say that. Yes, right now, Gary, it is very broad. I agree. No problem, Tammy. So broad rotation means that it's rotating, but it's not tightening up. It's not close enough together to actually form a tornado. But rather it's very broad up. It's not tightening up and getting closer to the ground, if that makes sense, like it was earlier. All right, so my concern is slowly going away, so that's good news there. I still like to watch them a little bit just to make sure it don't try to redo some. But yeah, it's pretty much turning into just some wind at this point and some hail. I'm seeing some hail show up in there near Little River, in between Little River and Blue Pond. So thankfully it didn't do anything that I'm aware of or that I've heard of. But yeah, I'll try to describe the broad rotation a little bit better. Let me switch to my better in-depth radar. And yeah, really weakening on out, so that's good. I'll try to describe it a little bit better than what I did. So let me switch these radars over. Alright, so since I'm not concerned about it much anymore, let me stop this radar, and I'll show you what I'm talking about by broad. So you see this area here, and you see the green, the bright green. That's really far apart. So that's what I mean by broad. It is very far apart. It's not close together. Now let me see if I can back it up a little bit too, just a little while ago. Okay, now this is a little bit closer. As you notice, you've got this little area here, and again, this is not a telltale signature of a tornado, but you see how close together that is. That's what we mean by tightening rotation and broad rotation. The broad rotation being a lot further away. You got the red a lot further away. Let me back it up. It actually was even more intense than that. Right here, pretty good example where it tried to, get a lot closer together. You got those red and green very close together. Again, still broad rotation. It didn't touch down, but it did get a bit concerning a little further back, but my radar won't back up that far. And now you can pretty much see the difference with that. I don't see any real concern with it at this point other than some wind. So that's what I mean by broad rotation. I hope it makes sense a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and answer questions because I had a lot of people asking for our area. Let me double check. Chase EMA, Station 58, y'all think that was the end of the severe weather? As mentioned, I like to get a second opinion before I throw mine out.
I think it's winding down, but I'm not 100% sold just yet.
Okay, so he's not 100% sure just yet. All right, roger that. So, not 100% sure just yet, but... So, personally, I'm going to wait for that watch to be expired before I fully say severe threat over, but I really think it is, to be honest, my opinion. I think it is over with, but I'm going to look at our temperature really quick, and let's just see what's going on. So, let me restart my... Okay, so our cold front is currently... Okay, that's all the way in Tennessee. Give me just a second, back away here. Alright, so I can see where our colder air is at. Based off what I'm seeing, I truly believe that our severe threat is over. I can't fully call it out yet, though, because Huntsville, that I'm aware of, Huntsville has not called it out yet. But by what I saw with the high-res models, it showed it moving out around 5, 6 o'clock, and we're 6:33, so it wasn't too bad off. I'm going to look back at our high-res models and see if what they're showing. All right, there's our, let's check that run out really quick. And I'm doing this in the background, that's why you guys can't see it. Okay, so it looks like our energy gets out of here. It says between 6 and 7 o'clock now, so it looks like pretty much the energy that we had, I mean, for severe weather, according to the high res, is gone, but I need another opinion, besides my own, so. Okay, so. Morgan County was cleared from a tornado watch. Marshall, Coleman, and DeKalb remain in the watch as we continue to monitor the line of storms. Okay, so yeah, they're talking about that line of storms that just moved through. So it looks like the severe threat pretty much should be away from us at this point. JCEMA, any way you could ask, like maybe ask Huntsville, do they think the severe is out of here? Because I know I was looking at the, they've got it circled on the map, that line of storms that just moved out. that was the area that they was concerned with. But I just want to be sure. So he may actually ask Huntsville real quick. See, we'll just see. Cedar Bluff, you're about to get some gusty winds and some maybe some hail with that storm. I can actually see Cedar Bluff from right here. Thank you, Chastity. I appreciate that. I'm about to fall asleep over here. If you're in, again, I'm waiting on word from Huntsville. I don't want to, which I think we are, but I don't want to be the one that says yes and then something happened, you know? Thanks, Kerry Fog. I appreciate it. You're watching us from Menlo, Georgia, just over the mountain on the Bama line from Mentone. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I ain't going to keep everybody on forever because all this is moving on out. So we're going to just sit and wait for the word. But make sure you like and follow my page. That way, when we do get cleared out of the watch, we can... you know, go ahead and post that up and you guys could get notified of it. Not a problem, Candace Marie. I appreciate you. Fort Payne is fine. Just some light rain and moderate to light rain moving through. I've actually got our camera up there in the top left corner pointed right in the direction of Fort Payne. I was actually making sure it's still currently live, and it is. It's still looking off to the east toward Fort Payne. Yeah, there is some hail in that in Cedar Bluff. I think I mentioned that just a minute ago. There is some very small hail in there. All right, another question about Galesville, Alabama. Is that Alabama or Georgia? Because those two always confuse the heck out of me every time. Albertville, everything's east of you at the moment, but I'm waiting to find out if we're all clear. Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate you. And take a minute, if you followed, take a minute and hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. Followers are kind of, I mean, I'm not being ugly about it. I'm being honest. Like, this is what a follower's like. It's kind of like a tick. You're hanging on. You're just hanging on to see what's going on. And just hanging on for the long, you know, for just hanging on, basically, like a spare tire. Take a minute and like. I mean, like, you commit to my channel. Go ahead and like. You won't regret it. Take a moment and like. If you follow, just take a minute and hit the like button. It helps me get out. And I do not make any money off of what I'm doing here with the monetization, none of that. I don't make anything off of it. So that's the God's honest truth. So it's not like I'm, you know, getting likes for money because I'm not getting paid nothing. Our sponsors are the only way we're able to keep going. All right, so there's our front. I can officially see our front is sitting over, it's actually about to move over us here in just a few minutes. I know everybody says maybe I should, but only way that I can get paid is by Cash App DeKalb CWX. So if someone would like to send a thank you, that's the way you can do it. Cash App DeKalb CWX. Right there is how y'all can send a thank you if you would like to. You don't have to, again. Just like and share if you can't. It's all understandable. Everything's expensive these days. I'm not on here to get money from people, so I'm doing it from my heart. So there's how you can if you want to. If you don't have to. So, thanks again. We're going to continue to watch. Again, I think everything's over, but I can't fully say yes or no at this point. Around Galesville, let me go and see which radar I'm on. I think it's this one. Oh my gosh, there's Galesville. It finally shows up. Okay, so yeah, I see that rotation again. And yeah, yet again, it is still rotating broadly. Yeah, I'll watch that until that gets out of y'all's area, just because usually these storms that have embedded supercells, those embedded supercells, they like to keep on rotating. So that's another reason I watched it as long as I did, was because they love to keep rotating, and it is very broadly rotating, but it's really starting to break off. And it is about to be on top of Cedar Bluff, actually, and Galesville. So it's just a really broad area. Probably going to be just some wind more than anything at this point. Again, I'm not seeing signs that are saying to me tornado at this point. I'm seeing signs that's saying maybe some gusty winds, as broad out as that is. So give me a second. I would like to show y'all what... I'm pretty sure I've got some images somewhere, if I can find them. No guarantee. But maybe I've got some images somewhere that I can show y'all what really close together rotation looks like. So if I can, I may have to look it up. As many storms as I've tracked, you'd think I'd have some. But for those wondering, I've been in weather since 2006 is when I first got certified. And I've been a spotter ever since 2006. And I've had this page up ever since 2013. So I've been going a long time. I've got a lot of field experience and a lot of radar experience. I've done radar a long time, and I'm self-taught, so I've taught myself what to look for. Other than what Huntsville's taught over the years, I can't fully give myself all the credit, because Huntsville has taught me a lot of what I know at the spotter classes. So they do a fine job at that. But a lot of that I know has been from personal experience. Yeah, it's been so long since we've had an actual tornado nearby. I can't seem to find anything on it, but I've got an idea. All right, so I'm actually going to share this up since it's already got the Weather Service office and everything on it, so I should be just fine since it's got that on it. Go ahead and put that up real quick. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, if y'all got church, y'all go ahead. I forgot it's Wednesday night. No, they probably won't. Yeah, they probably won't cancel school tomorrow. I don't see a reason. Alright, so hopefully this image don't get me shut down. Yeah, just to give you all an idea what rotation actually, what intense rotation looks like. Of course, that looks familiar from earlier, but yeah, that is very interesting signature for sure right there. That's a tornado, and that's what you consider the gate-to-gate velocity. You've got those two small signatures there. You've got the red, the really bright red, and the really bright green right next to each other, rotating around, and that's what you would look for a tornado there. That's very interesting. It's pretty cool. All right, so it looks like that rotation's officially gone on that radar scan there, so it's gone. That's great news. So yeah, let you see it is it's officially gone. So that rotation's worked its way on out.
Tornado watch cancellation.
Here we go.
The National Weather
Direct.
Service has canceled tornado watch number 187 for the following areas. In Alabama, this cancels Coleman, DeKalb, and Marshall.
There you go, guys.
I repeat, this cancels tornado watch 187 for Coleman, DeKalb, and Marshall. This includes the cities of Albertville, Arab, Boaz, Coleman, Fort Payne, Guntersville, and Rainsville. KD4MBW.
All right, that's direct from the Weather Service office, so that watch has been canceled. So this station 58 advised that the tornado watch has been canceled for DeKalb and DeKalb and Marshall counties. Station 58, be clear. All right, so I've got to check everybody out of this net, and I'm going to sleep probably. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank y'all so much. But before I go, I got to throw my sponsors out there because they're the reason I keep going. Give me just a second. I actually got to get rid of something before I do that. Got a little bit ahead of myself there before I mess everything up. Our sponsors will be Mr. Dylan Snyder, Alabama Living Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a home, go give him a call there at 256-979-4330. Also, we have RKG Automotive Group. If you're looking to buy a vehicle, your new dream car, make sure you go check them out there at RKG Automotive Group. You can give them a call at 256-323-7323. And our last sponsor will be Shappy Land Maintenance. If you need your lawn mowed in our Northeast Alabama area anyway, here in DeKalb County. If you need your yard mowed, pressure washed, excavation work, a little bit of everything. He does all kinds of work. You can give my Uncle Shane a call there at 256-601-2608. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me here as we've tracked those storms that thankfully didn't do anything. Tornado watch canceled, so I'm out of here, guys. I got to grab a bite to eat. I'm tired. So y'all have a good evening, good night, and we'll see y'all on the next update, which I don't know when that'll be, but I'll get to it. Take care, everybody. Thanks again. Like and follow, share. Make sure you do. We'll see y'all later.